In the 2004 Spider-Man 2 film directed by Sam Raimi, the final scene in the film reveals an important turning point in Peter Parker's relationship with his longtime crush, Mary Jane Watson. In this video, we'll look at how the scene creates a change in dynamics between Peter and MJ and why it's a powerful romantic scene. Per usual, there will be spoilers to the story of Spider-Man 2, so I recommend checking out the film before proceeding further. To dig deeper into the scene, we can start by breaking down the story beats as a way to analyze and figure out what makes the scene work. One effective method is to write short statements on what each story beat entails. In story beat number 1, Peter sits in his apartment and then realizes that MJ is at his doorway wearing a wedding dress. She has just left her own wedding, leaving J. Jonah Jameson's son at the altar. In story beat 2, MJ confesses to Peter that she can't survive without him. He walks toward her, knowing that she knows his secret identity as Spider-Man. He tells her that she shouldn't be here. In story beat number 3, MJ counters Peter's belief that they can't be together in a romantic relationship. She asks him to respect her and that she can make her own decision, that she knows there will be risks, and that she wants to face them together with him. Peter can barely respond with words, but listens to her. In story beat number 4, MJ tells Peter that they shouldn't be half alive and that she loves him. She reaffirms Peter's affection for her by saying that she's always been standing in his doorway. Peter continues to listen intently to her. In story beat number 5, MJ touches Peter's cheek and says that isn't it about time that someone saved his life? Peter still doesn't respond, but MJ asks him to say something. Peter finally speaks, saying, "Thank you, Mary Jane Watson," and they kiss each other. In story beat number 6, their kiss is interrupted by the sound of a distant police siren outside. Peter looks to the window, then back to MJ. She delivers the classic line to him, "Go get him, Tiger," and he leaves with his heart full. In story beat number 7, we see Peter swinging through the city as Spider-Man. Meanwhile, the film ends on a foreboding shot of MJ looking at him from the window with concern on her face. So after breaking down these story beats, we can ask, what is the emotional center of the scene? What is the scene really about at its essence? I think the scene is about Peter and MJ finally confessing their love for each other, but it's also about Peter allowing MJ to break through his walls with her love for him and to accept the risk they'll face by being in a relationship together moving forward. It's about both of them agreeing together to risk and to choose their love for each other above their previous preconceptions. It's fascinating that MJ drives most of the scene with her words and actions while Peter is more of the responsive one, listening to her open up in vulnerability to him. At this point in the film trilogy, we've known about how Peter feels toward MJ. His romantic feelings toward her are the impetus for him to prematurely cut off any deeper connection with her because he doesn't want to put her life in danger. So Peter has effectively put himself in a corner where he can never confess his true feelings to her, given present circumstances. So MJ has to be the initiator in the scene, to reveal her real feelings for him in a way that metaphorically rescues Peter from his emotional prison. The scene is also a wonderful turning point for MJ's character arc, as she reveals a deeper maturity in acknowledging the risk involved with loving Peter in a committed relationship. At this point, she knows that he is really Spider-Man, and that their life together will not be normal. This is highlighted by the ending of the scene where they hear the distant police siren, and MJ encourages Peter to go take care of business as Spider-Man. The ending shot of a concerned MJ looking out the window is bittersweet, because we know that she's weighing the burdens of what they will now face in the future together. She knows that she is also putting her life on the line and at risk through this relationship, as Peter puts his own life on the line as Spider-Man. But at the heart of this romantic scene, what makes it work is that MJ is making an intimate move toward Peter, acknowledging the sacrifices they're both making in loving each other. It points to the true sacrificial nature of romantic love where lovers are facing uncertainty, but they're willing to open their hearts and risk being hurt, experiencing loss, and staying committed to living through these challenges together. It speaks to the longings in the human heart to not be alone, to be loved, and to love in return. This romantic scene is a culmination of the tension built between Peter and MJ from the first film to the second film, as the audience has been wanting to see them get together. It's so rewarding because the actors are listening and responding to each other in the moment, which makes the scene feel alive.